Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to explore Europe. I'm so excited. Europe is quite a unique and amazing continent, and today we're going to find out really cool facts. So here's our book, Explore Europe. 5 oceans, 7 continents. There is water covering about 3/4 of Earth. The blue areas on the map below show where there's water on Earth. The largest area of water are called oceans. Continents on Earth. The 5 oceans flow around huge areas of land. These areas of lands are called continents. There are 7 continents. From largest to smallest, they are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. And today we're finding out about Europe. Learn about Europe. This book is about a continent of Europe. There are 46 countries in Europe. A country is part of a continent that has borders and a government. A border is the place where a country ends. A government is a group of people who are in charge of a country. Fast fact, Europe is joined to the continent of Asia. The red line on the map marks the division between Europe and Asia. Part of Russia is in Europe, and part of it is in Asia. Remember, boys and girls, we are looking for facts that make Europe unique. Now, last week, we talked about Africa on Thursday, and we traveled there on Friday. Think about Africa and compare it to Europe. What makes it different and unique? Looking at Earth, north, south, east, and west are the 4 main directions on Earth. The most northern point on Earth is the North Pole. The most southern point on Earth is the South Pole. The weather is cold all year long in the North Pole and the South Pole. North of the equator, the northern hemisphere is the part of Earth that is north of the equator. It is between the equator and the North Pole. Europe is in the northern hemisphere. I put that as one of my unique characteristics because on Thursday and Friday, when we looked at Africa, Africa's in both the northern and the southern hemisphere. So I put that as something that was unique for Europe. Weather in Europe. Climate is the long-term weather in an area. Climate is made up of temperature, rainfall, and wind. Different parts of Europe have different climates. The northern part of Europe is far from the equator. This area has a cold, windy climate. The parts of southern Europe that are closest to the equator have hot, sunny climates. Fast fact, the United Kingdom is known for its rainy climate. Dry or rainy. Some southern parts of Europe receive less than 10 inches of rain each year. These parts of Europe have dry climates. Some northern areas of Europe receive a lot of rain each year. These parts of Europe have rainy climates. Water in Europe. The Atlantic Ocean is along the west coast of Europe. A coast is land along an ocean or a sea. A sea is an area of an ocean with land around it. Parts of Europe's coasts are along seas. Some of the seas in Europe are the Adriatic Sea, the Baltic Sea, the Black Sea, and the Mediterranean Sea. Lake Ladoga. The largest lake in Europe is called Lake Ladoga. It is more than 124 miles long. It is in the northwestern part of Russia, near Russia's border with the country of Finland. Fast fact, many people catch fish in Europe's waterways. People also transport or move goods on these waterways. They use boats and ships to transport goods from place to place. Peninsulas and islands. These are peninsulas in Europe. A peninsula is an area of land that sticks out into water. The Balkan Peninsula and the Iberian Peninsula are two peninsulas in Europe. A volcanic island. Iceland is a volcanic island. A volcanic island is the top of an underwater volcano. It is above ocean water. A volcanic island forms when a volcano under an ocean erupts. To erupt means to explode. When a volcano erupts under an ocean, hot liquid rock called lava spills onto the bottom of the ocean. The lava cools and gets hard. After a volcano has erupted many times, the lava piles up. It piles up until it rises above the surface of the water and forms an island. I use that as one of my interesting facts that makes Europe unique. So, Iceland is a complete volcanic island that was formed over time from an underwater eruption. It's pretty cool if you ask me. Tall mountains. There are groups of mountains in Europe. Groups of mountains are called mountain ranges. The Alps, the Pennines, the Pyrenees, and the Carpathian Mountains are some mountain ranges in Europe. The climate is very cold and windy on the tops of mountains. Few people and animals live high up on mountaintops. The climate in valleys is not as cold as the climate is on top of mountains. Valleys are low areas of land between mountains. Animals such as alpine marmots live in valleys. People live in valleys too. Many forests. There are forests between cities and farms in Europe. Forests are areas where many trees grow. There are different kinds of forests in Europe. Boreal forests and temperate forests are two kinds of forests in Europe. Temperate forests. Temperate forests grow farther south than where boreal forests grow. Temperate forests are made up of coniferous trees and broadleaf trees. Broadleaf trees have wide, flat leaves. Deer, squirrels, birds, and many other animals live in temperate forests. Boreal forests, which I missed, I'm sorry. Boreal forests are found in the northern part of Europe. These forests have mainly carnivorous trees. Coniferous trees have cones and needle-shaped leaves. Elk, beavers, and brown bears are some of the animals that live in boreal forests. Flat tundra. There is an area of flat frozen land in northern Europe. It is called the tundra. Winter lasts almost the whole year on the tundra. Summer is short and chilly. Some nomadic people live on the tundra. Nomadic people move from place to place looking for food to eat and water to drink. Urban areas. More than 700 million people live in Europe. I used one of that as my interesting facts. Most European people live in urban areas. Do you remember the difference between a rural, urban, and suburban area? You're right. Urban is the city. Urban areas are cities. Moscow, London, St. Petersburg, Paris, Berlin, Madrid, and Rome are seven of the largest cities in Europe. Old and beautiful. There are many beautiful castles, cathedrals, and museums in Europe's cities. People from all over the world come to see these historic buildings. Some of the buildings in Europe's urban areas are thousands of years old. Villages and towns. Some people in Europe live in rural areas. A rural area is a place in the countryside outside a city. This picture shows a village in Slovakia. A village is a group of houses and other buildings in a rural area. Some small towns are also in Europe's rural areas. A town is bigger than a village, but it is smaller than a city. beautiful flowers. Bulbs and beautiful flowers grow well in some of Europe's rural areas. Bulbs are the round underground part of some plants. This picture shows rows and rows of tulips growing in a rural area in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is famous for its tulips. Oh, boys and girls, that is amazingly beautiful. I would love to see that. And that sounds like a unique fact to me. Hmm. Selling resources. Europe has many natural resources. A natural resource is a material that is found in nature, such as oil. People sell natural resources to make money. Timber is one of Europe's natural resources. Timber is wood that people use to build things. People cut down trees to make timber. Oh, I do hope that they replenish those trees. Culture in Europe. Culture is the beliefs, customs, and ways of life that a group of people share. People in Europe express or show their cultures by participating in events and creating art, music, and dances. Sports and games are also part of many European cultures. These pages show some parts of European culture. Artistic architecture. Architecture is a kind of art. It is the art of designing and making buildings. The kind of architecture in this picture is found in Greece. Football fun. Many people in Europe enjoy playing and watching soccer games. In Europe, soccer is called football. There are many famous European football players. Remember, though, it's not the NFL, it's soccer. Making music. Music is an important part of European culture. This picture shows a sculpture of a composer named Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He was born in Austria over 200 years ago. Many children today listen to the music of Mozart. His music is famous all over the world. When Caleb was little, I played Mozart for him often because they were beautiful sounds that made amazing lullabies that helped calm him into sleep. Have you ever listened to Mozart? I bet you have. Things to see and do. People from all over the world visit Europe. They visit Europe for fun. People who visit places for fun are called tourists. These pages show just a few of the places that tourists visit. The map shows where the places are located in Europe: the Eiffel Tower, the amphitheater, and that enormous Ferris wheel. Would you go on that Ferris wheel? That looks a little too high for me. Okay, boys and girls, if you'd like to go back, don't forget that here's the index, or if you are confused by any of the words that we read, here are the definitions. I hope that you found amazing facts that make Europe unique.